This is my review on the original Point Break. So it's about this guy called Keanu Reeves. Oh, he's not called Keanu Reeves, he's played by Keanu Reeves, I meant to say. Goes undercover and investigate this guy, Patrick Swayze. And who's the other robbery gang. And he's a leader of this gang. Not really robbery gangs, they're just gangs that are doing really bizarre, dangerous stuff. And the reason why that they're doing this stuff is because it's Patrick Swayze trying to fulfill this prophecy that to become the ultimate do something. I don't know what the prophecy is called. I just know you have to fulfill like several dangerous things, and becoming illegal shit was part of the task. So and anyway, now my problem with what I feel like my problem with this film is that they don't really bond until the third act comes. In fact, most of the first two acts is this Keanu Reeves flirting and having sex and dating this really muscular, beautiful, attractive girl with short hair, who falls in love after calling her an idiot for trying to surf, he's never done before. So, anyway, So, anyway, one day, Keanu Reeves tries to stop him from robbing this place, but can't go through with wounding him, but not killing him. Then he shoots the gun in the air, which becomes the most famous scene from the film for some reason, and it just comes across as pretty stupid and a little generic to me. And Keanu Reeves, I don't think this is his best movie. I think this is my least favorite Keanu Reeves movie because I'm just saying I think he could have done a better job delivering this clean by the book cop who gets into deep and starts doing illegal shit with Patrick Swayze's character, who slowly gets corrupted. I feel like this could have been handled better. The whole story and the execution of the plot. It could have been handled, and I know that it has been handled better in the knockoff film Fast and the Furious. It was handled better, and you could actually buy. What I liked about Paul Walker versus Keanu Reeves that you could actually buy that he's this clean, by the book, does what he's told, cop. Then he slowly gets corrupt. He slowly becomes friends, gets into deep, becomes friends with the crew, and then he starts breaking the law. And the problem is now Keanu Reeves' all problem is really his performance. It's two things that's problem. One that there's two problems with this film. Is that Patrick Swayze, after he finds out that Keanu Reeves is, a cop, he is shocked and feels betrayed by Keanu Reeves, so he kidnaps his girlfriend and blackmail him if saying he will kill his girlfriend if he doesn't bond and do this dangerous, stupid stuff with him to fulfill this prophecy of becoming the ultimate Doom Man. the ultimate, yeah, no, basically, this is the, but that doesn't happen till the third act. And in fact, a lot of things that this film is known for doesn't really happen until the third act for some reason. Like the relationship between Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze feels believable, but you wish there was more focus on it, and they stopped focusing on that in the first act, and not just wait till the halfway point or the third act, because it's either they don't start bonding or hanging out at each other until at least the halfway point of the film. So you're only basically, if you really want to see a buddy movie that's serious but intense, watch Fast and the Furious, the first one, or the remake Point Break. You'll be sparing yourself much more stupidity, because there's a lot of stupidity stuff in this film. Like a lot, because I don't know, but I feel like there's problems in the execution of the. Now I do like the romantic plot convenience of Keanu's having a relationship with the one of the people in the crew who is his romantic relationship. But it seems like that's the reason why he has had. It seems like him having sex and sleeping with the girlfriend and dating the girlfriend. And it feels like that's more the reasons why he has trouble getting out of the gang and bringing Patrick Swayze to justice, rather than he's too close to Patrick Swayze versus the girl. And it feels like the film wants us to believe that he can't bring Patrick Swayze in or hurt him because he feels like he's too close to Patrick Swayze's character. And that's not the case. That doesn't happen until the halfway point of the film. And I will admit, the film does have a good sense of humor. Although I think I like the sense of humor, although I thought the sense of humor was more clever and it felt more honest in the remake, and also in Fast and the Furious movie, the first one. So I honestly give those two films, Fast and Furious, the first one, and the remake Point Break, both a 10 out of 10. This, for me, is getting a 5 out of 10. I know it's a classic, and I know it can be touching at times. Like, my favorite scene is when is during when Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves are skydiving together, and they finally start to perform a romance and become best friends. Then it's kind of ruined the moment once you find out that he kidnapped his girlfriend. So yeah, and they both by the third act see each other as their best friends, but you're not sure if you can fully believe it, because that was focused on to a minimum amount of the screen time. For the entire first act, by the time you got to the second act, I think, or the third act, then it started to focus. But throughout by the time they start bonding, the movie's at its end, and I'm pretty sure it's a little, at least at the halfway point. So it's not good enough for me. Although I will say, Keanu Reeves does bring. Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze are the two highlights of the film. But however, just because of the two highlights doesn't make it excellent film and a fully satisfying meal for your brain. Because the best way I can describe this, it's kind of like having a cupcake. It's a really small cupcake with lots of frosting on top. It's very sweet and it's a buttercream frosting and it's chocolate cupcake. Very small, but tall. It's about that tall, and that's that round. Like that round. That's round how round it is, and it's like that tall of the frosting. Like you enjoy and feel like there's magic in that, and it feels like made with love. But at the same time, you're still hungry, even though you only had that one cupcake. That's kind of how I feel like this film in a nutshell. Basically, more or less. But Patrick Swayze has a lot more. Feels like you can totally buy him on this guy that's a total rebel, but also a total chillax dude. Whereas Keanu Reeves' performance, you have trouble buying at times, especially when they first recruit him for the mission. When the film first opens, you have trouble. There's points in the film that you have trouble buying Keanu Reeves' performance. He's 100% committed. You know he's trying, but you're wondering how committed is he, or how much is he trying? Is he holding back on putting his maximum effort? Well, Patrick Swayze, you can tell he's putting his maximum effort as he usually does. And I'm just going to say, Patrick Swayze's character feels more fleshed. If you feel he's not as fleshed out as Keanu Reeves' character, but you feel more connected with Patrick Swayze's character because Keanu Reeves feels like at times, most of the times of the film, he's just doing a Keanu Reeves impersonation, and it's not really interesting. Because Keanu Reeves, in real life, he feels more like a hippie than a guy by the book and really clean. If he was a cop, he would probably be more the hippie type. And Keanu Reeves, at times you see his hippie personality, which is his real personality, showing it a lot at times. So it's a mixed bag on Keanu's performance. But luckily, he's edited out a lot in the film. And fortunately, so Patrick Swayze, on the other hand, is not, even though Keanu Reeves has more of a bigger, stronger, a much bigger character to fulfill, but Patrick Swayze doesn't have nearly as big characters as Keanu Reeves. But yet, it seems like Keanu Reeves got more heavily edited out of this film because almost like the creators of the film knew that his performance wasn't good enough. Yet, I don't know. I don't hear anyone talk about that problem. So anyway, he gets his girlfriend back, and there's a little bit of a time jump where we see Patrick Swayze went ready to surf this dangerous wave that's only a one-way ticket if he surfs that wave. Patrick Swayze gets handcuffed by Keanu Reeves, then he gets slowed by Keanu Reeves because Patrick Swayze, after he offers if we should finish this together as buds, and then he gets handcuffs. He doesn't actually offer if we should finish this together. He just says, "Look at it, doesn't it look beautiful?" And him asking if that we finish this together. That's in the remake. That's a much better film. So Patrick Swayze convinces Keanu Reeves to let him go because he's got nowhere else to go because there's cops surrounding him, and even if he does go out to the wave, he's not going. He knows that that's a one-way ticket, and so does Keanu Reeves, but he just let him have his dream for, even if it's just for one brief minute or two. So he throws away the badge into the ocean after everyone's mad at him, because he realized he's not a cop anymore. He's just a concerned citizen that cares deeply about his best friend who he just lost. Basically, let him by leading him in the street. He also let him commit suicide, basically. So, and I noticed that this film kind of ripped off something very popular in pop culture entertainment. When not how it was all played out, but most of the shot is pretty much almost identical to the ending series finale of Starsky and Hutch, when Keanu Reeves takes a look at the, like, much like Starsky and Hutch, he looks at the badge and it's shot the same way and filmed the same way. It uses the exact same shots that Starsky and Hutch editing used, except instead of two people throwing away the badge, it's just one person. So yeah, I will say I really do enjoy. The sad thing is I do really enjoy this film a lot. I just wish there was like more to it. Like, I wish I had more of those the chemistry that was between our main protagonist and the guy who he needs to bring in. I wish that be the main focus instead of this fruity, silly love story between Carrie and this girl that is way more built than Carrie's. Like, she doesn't look like she takes steroids out. She looks like a girl, but it just proves to you how much Carrie should seriously work out. And he is skinny as fuck in this film here. It's just, I'm sorry, I just like found it funny that just couldn't resist making that joke. So yeah, Point Break is a pretty solid film, even though it's a 5 out of 10. That's the average rating I give for films. It's a pretty solid film. Now, I do say I really did enjoy the film a lot. It's just like lacking those, one of the problems I have with them is really the reason why I'm giving a 5 out of 10, not because I don't see the film, not because I just think the film's not worth my time of rating higher, like The Dark Knight from 2008, starring Heath Ledger and Christian Bale. As in watching, even though neither of them are bad movies. This is the much better film, by the way, in case you were curious if I'm saying Dark Knight better, the original 1991 Point Break's better. This is better Point Break than way better than The Dark Knight ever was. And to my knowledge, Point Break is not a comic book movie, but it's sad if it's not a comic book movie, because I think it would be pretty kick-ass if it was a comic book movie. The same way I feel like RoboCop's not a comic book movie. Which is sad because, you know, it's a way better, because both movies, Point Break and RoboCop, the first one, and the entire franchise, is tremendously better than any comic book movies that we usually see, even to this day, created by Marvel or DC for live adaptation. And that mostly relies not because of the story, but because of the characters for me. And yeah, I just feel like yeah, that's all I gotta say right now. Bye.